You know, it's fascinating. You both mentioned nurturing here for a second. I mean, Kevin, traditionally, there are a lot of people that believed that women were going to be too soft. You know, they're all about sort of the heart aspect when it comes to the head, when it comes to having to make difficult business decisions, that they're not able to do it. Do you feel like we're still sort of stuck in that mindset a little bit? And how do you feel like we're going to bring some of the fuddy-duddies into the 21st century?
I think what's happening here, and we're just seeing some anecdotal evidence of it as we talk to these women, is they tend to set goals that are achievable, and therefore they have less risk in their businesses because they set goals that actually they can make because they just have an intuitive feeling that it's within reach, and they deliver. So one of the biggest challenges, if you have a lot of bravado and perhaps too much testosterone, you set goals for your employees you can never make. You want to feel rah-rah, you want to feel good about setting something in sales, for example, that you're never going to get to. And then ultimately, when it's clear you're not going to get there, you start to take inordinate risk to try and make up for the gap. That's what I think is happening in some of the businesses run by men. And listen, I'm kind of agnostic to this. I don't pick sides. I'm just saying the results for me, as measured in the only thing that matters in business, cash flow, is on the side of women. I'm just getting more capital back. They've de-risked my business that way. And I think we could all learn from whatever they're doing and apply it to everybody so that men could take, sort of a playbook from them and say, why don't I do the same thing? Because at the end of the day, business is about risk. You put money out, you determine what's the probability of getting it back, but not just your original capital, you need to get a return. And so I anticipate on all of these businesses that we're talking to these women in, Wicked Good Cupcakes, Honey Fund, they're really good in Bottle Breacher at delivering back a plan for a higher return. That's what matters. We're not talking about these women being as good as men. We're talking about them being better than men, as measured by return of capital. That's what I'm talking about. This isn't about equality. This is about supremacy, I'm sorry. And I think we should all be looking at this and saying, what do these women do? How do they do it? And why shouldn't everybody else do the same thing? I want these kind of returns from all of my deals, not just the ones run by women. I want it from all of them. And so I'm telling guys now that approach me about business saying, look at the attributes of this deal. Look at how it's structured. Look at the returns I've made on Wicked Good Cupcakes. Or even Bottle Breacher, which is a brand new deal for me, is just killing it. And already, here we're talking about expanding Honey Funds to Plum Funds, which is a brand new platform. This is all growth. All of this is growth. So whatever they're doing is working. And I think it's hard to say exactly what it is, but the evidence is that they're very good at managing time, number one. They're reducing their risk and their volatility by setting goals that their teams can achieve. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. And lastly, they've chosen markets intuitively that they can grow in. So, these are three evidences that anybody looking at these from a petri dish would say, that's what they've done right. And I think that's the way I'm going to measure as I go in to start filming season 7 in a couple of weeks for Shark Tank. We have 100,000 applications.
Wow.
I'm going to try and find more businesses like these businesses because they've already got a proven track record of success.